What what time is it? What time? It's story time. Well, why didn't you tell me it's story time? Okay, great. Hey, how's everybody? You doing good? You look great. You look fantastic. Did you get a haircut? No, it looks good. Now who? You know who I see? It's Sloan and Brecken. They are our new Storytime friends. They live up, not upstairs, but they live up in Maine. Have you ever been to Maine? It's a beautiful state. I know a few people. My cousin Zach. His name rhymes because I'm Jack and he's Zach. He lives in Maine. My friend Chelsea and my friends Sloan and Brecken. So we're so happy to have you two with us, and you should virtually meet Eva and Fiona and Cora and Ralph and anybody else who's still tuning in, because I think we have a lot of fun, right? And Sloan and Brecken, do you know that we look at what's on my shirt? Did Terry tell you about that? Okay, well let's take a look. Let's see what's on my shirt. So I'm wearing. It's cold here today, so I'm wearing two shirts. I have a t-shirt on under. Let's see what it is. Yola Tango. Yola Tango. That's in Spanish. That means I have it. I have it. And then what is this? What is that? A clown? What is that? And does anybody know what that is? What's that? That's a Jewish star. Yeah. And so Yola Tango, I think Eva knows this, is a group, is a music group, and they play special concerts on Hanukkah, which is a holiday where you might see a Jewish star. And that's where I got this t-shirt. So there you go. All right. Now I have a very important question for all of you, okay? Are you a cheeseburger? Who wrote this? Monica Arnaldo wrote it and drew the pictures. Are you a cheeseburger? Now what is that? That looks like somebody said a lemon, a lime. Yeah, that's close to lemon. Is close. They're almost the same. It's not a cheeseburger. And what is this? Is this a cheeseburger? What kind of animal is that? Is it a monkey? It's not a monkey. Is it a dog? No, it's a raccoon. Because they have. I'm a raccoon. Hi. All right, so let's. Oh, there's something funny on the back of the book, but we'll get to that. All right, are you a cheeseburger? So what's in the front? Oh, there's some cheeseburgers. Looks like there's some cheeseburgers, and Looks like the raccoon is taking a nap. Maybe he's dreaming of cheeseburgers. I don't know. Are you a cheeseburger? Move my chair a little bit closer. Okay. This is Grub. Grub is a raccoon. And he is all by himself. See? And let's pull out a little bit here. And here is Seed. Seed? Seed is a seed. Oh, I thought it was... See, I thought it was a lime. It looks like a lime to me. That's a seed. Okay. Well, Seed is stuck in the trash. Okay, so we see all the trash. Sometimes raccoons like to hang around in the trash looking for food. This particular seed and this particular raccoon had very little in common. Except at that moment, they were both in the same garbage can. "Hello," said Seed. Grub continued rooting around, looking through the trash, looking for something yummy. "Oh, you are busy. That's all right. I'm busy too." Grub stopped. "You are?" "I'm looking for someone to plant me in the ground so that I can start growing." Grub eyed the seed hungrily. "Will you grow food?" "I am not sure," Seed admitted. "Could you grow cheeseburgers?" "What is a cheeseburger?" Grub considered this. He thought about it. "It's something very good and very special." Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Grub had never seen a cheeseburger plant before. Can you imagine? I don't think that's where cheeseburgers come from. I don't. He's just a raccoon. He doesn't know. But Grub liked the sound of it, so he planted Seed right away. Planted him in the ground. "Now what?" Grub asked. Seed's voice called up faintly from under the ground. Now we wait." Grub's stomach growled. "How long?" "I'm not sure. We'll We'll have to see. The two spent every evening together, from moonrise to moonset. Grub tried to be patient, but Seed began to wonder, what if he wasn't a cheeseburger plant? What if he was something else entirely? Look, Seed is a little worried. Grub is... What is he, playing a banjo? And look, all he's thinking. Could be a donut plant. A pizza plant. A taco plant. What else is on there? An ice cream plant. That sounds good. Hot dog plant. I had 2 hot dogs today. Oh, delicious. What else is on there? You see, those are churros. Have you ever eaten a churro? That's delicious. Now, to help pass the time, they told stories, just like we're passing the time with stories, right? Grub told Seed about the top 3 cheeseburgers that he had ever eaten. Number 1, half a cheeseburger, barely moldy, hardly any mold on that one. Oh, that's a good cheeseburger. Number 2, a piece of cheeseburger bun with some mustard on it that I wrestled away from some seagulls. And number 3, a greasy paper wrapper that I could tell once contained a cheeseburger. And then Seed told Grub about all the interesting things he had seen down in the earth. Like a long worm tunneling. And, well, there was a slightly shorter worm tunneling. Oh, but the third thing was two average-sized worms tunneling one night after the other, so that at first they seemed like one extremely long worm. But it was 2 worms. That's kind of exciting.
What's happening down there?
Grub asked. Seed looked around. It's dark. What's happening up there?
It's dark too. Later, though, the sun will rise.
What is that like? Seed asked.
I'm not sure. Grub confessed, I'm always asleep then, but I've heard it's like a cheeseburger. It's very good and very special.
Both of them, alone in the dark, Grub and Seed tried to picture the sunrise. Is that what the sunrise looks like? Does it look like a giant cheeseburger with lettuce. Slowly, things began to change. What's happening? Hello again, said Seed. It's growing.
Seed, you are out of the ground.
Yes, said Seed proudly. I'm growing. Just like all of you are growing. That evening, Grub and Seed celebrated. They had a party. Grub had a greasy piece of cardboard he was almost sure had once been the bottom of a pizza box. He's eating some cardboard shaped like pizza. And Seed had some water, because that's what seeds like to have. To the future! It's a nice party. Sure and steady, Seed kept growing. And growing. Look at that. Have you ever watered a plant and then you watch it? It takes a little while, but it starts to grow. The cheeseburgers were nearly at hand. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Finally, one morning, just before sunrise, what's happening? What's happening? Seed bloomed. What's Seed gonna look like? Oh, said Seed.
Are the cheeseburgers ready?
Asked Grub. Grub, Seed started. I do not think I am a cheeseburger plant. I think I am just a flower.
A flower?
Yes.
Not a cheeseburger plant.
No.
So, no cheeseburgers then?
No cheeseburgers. Grub is sad. Grub was quiet for a long time. Look at that. That is a sad raccoon. He's thinking about. What is it? Seed asked.
I'm thinking, Grub said.
About cheeseburgers?
No. About flowers.
Oh, what are you thinking about flowers?
I'm thinking that flowers are good and special too. Maybe even more special than cheeseburgers.
More special than cheeseburgers? Seed gasped. Well, the same. Aw, they're hugging. This is Seed. Seed is a flower. See? And this is Grub. Grub is a gardener. They don't have any cheeseburgers, but they do have each other. And that is something very good and very special. Look at that. It looks like Grub. Look, he used scissors and he made a plant that looks like Grub and Seed. Isn't that nice? I think that's the end of. So instead of cheeseburgers at the end of the book, we have flowers, beautiful flowers. And there's Seed. Maybe Seed is having a dream of flowers. And I promise you something on the funny in the back of the book. It says, "Are you a cheeseburger?" Talking to Seed. And Seed says, "Maybe." But look, I never saw this before. Seed has a butt. That's a funny thing to have on the back of it. Did you like that book? I thought it was sweet. I thought it was very, very sweet. I hope you liked it. And I don't know what book will be next week, but maybe I'll go to the library or the bookstore and try to get something extra good. So until then, stay warm, have fun, be safe, and take care. Bye-bye.